This is News 3 Now at 6.
More than 150,000 doses of COVID vaccines have been administered in Wisconsin. That's about 57% of the more than 266,000 doses that have shipped, the 36% of the state's overall allotment. Governor Tony Evers is renewing his call for faster distribution. He estimates that the general public likely won't receive the vaccine until June. But with all of those people vaccinated, DHS says that's still only about 30% of the people in the 1A group, including healthcare workers and staff and residents in skilled nursing and assisted living facilities.
We've heard a lot from large hospitals in Madison working through the thousands of employees in their 1A group, but how are rural hospitals coming along? Amanda Quintana has an update.
There was the big media push at the beginning to kind of show UW getting it, and that kind of made the rest of us kind of feel a little anxious about, well, when's our turn? When's our turn?
It took about a week and a half longer, but Sauk Prairie Healthcare did get their first delivery of vaccines right before Christmas. A total of about 500 doses since then, and following a clinic tonight,
we should have all of the team members within our organization who have signed up stating that they wanted the vaccine, all of them vaccinated.
Pharmacy Director Matthew Garvin says they started immunizing unaffiliated healthcare providers like dentists and community pharmacists with a couple dozen doses left over, but now they've run out.
This last week, we didn't get the request that I put in for first doses. We didn't get that. So we've had to unfortunately put on hold some of those clinics for other community members.
That's because last week, DHS had more requests for vaccine than vaccine to give, saying the federal government isn't allocating enough to the state.
Because we have a high proportion of long-term care residents and healthcare workers in Wisconsin compared to our population, we have a lot more people to vaccinate in phase 1 compared to vaccine received.
As the state gets ready to move to phase 1B, how to get those shots in arms becomes a little more complicated.
The unknown is just how much of that is going to be shouldered by, hospitals in their area, and how much is going to be, the county public health.
Garvin says shouldering that burden will be a challenge for small rural hospital systems that don't have enough employees to staff large vaccine clinics. Amanda Quintana, News 3 Now.
DHS says the state will find ways to help supplement efforts, especially in rural areas. Public health systems will also step up and assist in both vaccinating people and communicating logistics.
New today, state health officials say additional groups of people will soon be able to get the vaccine, including first responders, as early as next week. Madeline O'Neill is looking into who could be next in line and where you and your family stand.
Well, as mentioned, we're currently in phase 1A. That, of course, means the healthcare workers and those living and working in long-term care facilities. But we don't have to completely finish with phase 1A to move to phase 1B, according to state health officials. Now, we do have a state disaster and medical advisory committee, which is a group of experts parsing out which group should be included in that next 1B phase. According to its latest meeting, that will likely include people 70 years old and older, educators, police and firefighters, correctional officers, and those who are incarcerated.
As the group has thought about populations, they've really focused on who is most vulnerable, who is most at risk for severe effects of the disease, either for higher level of disease incidence, or if they get the disease, who's more likely to pass away from it.
DHS has the final say, but they expect to get those recommendations from the committee early this week, and a move to 1B is likely to happen by the end of this month. Now, coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, we take a deeper dive into all of this, looking into what groups might be next after that and what the timeline might look like.
Maddie, thank you very much for that report. Wisconsin health officials confirm more than 1,400 new COVID cases today. That is less than half of the 7-day average of 2,900. 9 more people have died.
The Department of Corrections is reversing a former policy on how it reports COVID-19 deaths to the public. We know at least 25 have died in total, but for the first time during the pandemic, we can now see which prisons have had at least one inmate die of COVID-19. Naomi Coles now with the very latest. Naomi?
Eric, at least 12 prisons have reported at least one death each, including in those Waupun and Oshkosh correctional facilities. They top the list with 4 deaths each. We do know there's also 1 death in the Dane County Oak Hill Correctional Institution. Now, this policy change is coming as the number of active COVID-19 cases in the prison system statewide continues to drop rapidly. Today, there were fewer than 150 active cases across all institutions. That's in contrast to mid-October and November, when case counts numbered over 1,000 and briefly topped 2,000. In a statement, DOC Secretary Kevin Carr says the DOC regularly reviews its response to COVID-19, including its public reporting through the Persons in Our Care testing dashboard. Our agency has and continues to strive for transparency while also maintaining the appropriate levels of privacy for staff and those in our care. Now, this news comes as a state vaccine board is recommending that Wisconsin's incarcerated population be part of the next phase of vaccine testing, of giving vaccines. Now, that's just a recommendation. That recommendation will be forwarded to the Department of Health Services, which makes the final call on those decisions.
Naomi Coles reporting. Naomi, thank you.
Public Health Madison and Dane County officials are relaxing outdoor gathering limits. Order number 12 limits outdoor gatherings to 50 people. That's an increase of the previous order that set a 25-person cap. The change goes into effect on Wednesday and expires February 10th. Indoor gatherings are still limited to 10 people. Restaurants still have a 25% capacity limit and stores 50%. And let's check your First Warn forecast now with meteorologist Dana Fulton.
We had a cloudy sky today, but temperatures not quite as cold. We saw highs in the low 30s, so a little bit of an increase from where we were at this weekend. That's thanks in part to our breeze now coming from the south-southwest, about 9 miles per hour. A 10-degree jump in the last 24 hours for most of the area, all of Dane County and stretching into parts of Sauk County with that. Janesville, about a 4-degree jump in the last 24 hours. That puts us close to 28 in Janesville right now, holding on to 34 still in Bosqueville and about 31 in Platteville this evening. Our breeze picking up a little bit. It's coming from the southwest, and we're seeing these wind speeds right now, mostly in the 8 to 15 mile per hour range, so it is a little windy outside, but our radar is staying quiet for us, and it should stay quiet for a few more days before our next chance for some light snow starts to build in. We will take a closer look at your full 10-day and that light snow chance in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is investigating the death of a newborn girl as a homicide. She was reported missing in Albany on Saturday, 4 days after being born. Officials say her father had taken her. A person of interest is in custody. As the investigation continues, the DOJ is asking the public to help identify a person in surveillance images, and we have those posted on our website, channel3000.com.
Developing now, the head of the National Guard says at least 10,000 troops will be deployed to Washington, D.C. by Saturday as officials brace for more potential violence surrounding the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden. An additional 5,000 could be requested from other states. An FBI bulletin warns of planned armed protests at all 50 state capitals and Washington, D.C. leading up to Inauguration Day.
Governor Tony Evers has authorized the Wisconsin National Guard to support state Capitol Police. Gabriella Becerra explains what else is being done to prepare. Gabby?
Well, Charlotte and Eric, boards like this one surround the Capitol on all the first floor windows. Now, this is a precautionary measure. That's according to the Department of Administration after they saw damage done to other state Capitol buildings around the country. Now, the protests, that we've heard FBI warn us about, those, the DOA spokesperson says they do not comment on safety enforcement measures or potential threats for the safety of the Capitol Police and members of the public. A Madison Police Department spokesperson says they are committed to helping people express their First Amendment rights while also maintaining public safety. As with other protests, Madison Police Department says additional staffing will be made available if needed as protests demand. And as you mentioned, the Wisconsin National Guard will be mobilized here to Madison, but as far as details on how many or a timeline of when that will be, those will not be released because of safety.
Gabriella Becerra reporting. Gabby, thank you. And coming up next at 6, if you take the Beltline to work, like many of us, your commute could soon be quicker. We'll look at the plans to create a so-called flex lane. That's when we come back.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Ring in the new year with a new room from Steinhoffels during our extended New Year's sale. Save 35% store-wide and get amazing deals like any size Sealy mattress, only $99. This queen bed, $6.99. Or this dining set, $7.99. This leather sofa, now only $9.99. And make your new room more affordable with Steinhoffels 60-month special financing. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopko Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopko Optical. You'll see. Right now, get 50% off frames with any lens purchase.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob. So you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Later this year, you'll be able to drive on the shoulder of Madison's Beltline, but only during certain times of the day. Jamie Perez joins us live near the Beltline now to share why.
So the Wisconsin DOT will be doing some major construction work here on the Beltline starting in March, including adding what's called a flex lane to hopefully help improve traffic flow. Now, starting this March, they're going to start building that flex lane. They're expecting it to be done later this year. At the same time, they'll also be doing some resurfacing work to help with the deteriorating pavement, improving drainage issues, and replacing the median barrier wall. Now, one of the project supervisors says the flex lane will be here to stay and will hopefully improve traffic flows in the coming years.
Improve that reliability. You won't have those start and stops that you have today. So what it takes you to travel the Beltline, say on a Monday afternoon, it'll be very consistent throughout the rest of the week. You won't have that uncertainty that you do today.
So while all of this is happening, you can expect some daily lane closures. So make sure that you're planning ahead and give yourself extra time to get to your destination. They said that they're hopeful that everything will go according to plan. And if that's the case, starting in 2022, we should hopefully have a new and improved Beltline.
Jamie, thank you.
The City of Madison is pledging $250,000 to the Center for Black Excellence in Culture. The project was recently announced for construction on the city's south side. It'll be a shared space to empower black business leaders, celebrate Dane County's black community, and showcase black excellence. A public capital campaign will launch later this year. Construction will start next year. Donations can be made online at thecenterwi.org.
Still ahead at 6, Wisconsin senators work to pass a new COVID relief bill. We will take a look at the changes they are making to try to get the governor on board. And still cloudy the next few days, but not quite as cold. Dana will have your first warn forecast coming up.
A reservation for 2 pair of glasses and an eye exam.
Oh, you can just walk in.
I see, my reputation precedes me.
Actually, we do this for everyone.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. Boop, gone.
Unbeatable prices without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope.
No plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope. Keep your phones.
Did you say free phone?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay,
Switch to US Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. US Cellular, upgrade to fair.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep. With innovative memory foam developed by NASA, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer, which means less tossing and turning so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic. And right now, get a free Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Shop Denver Mattress today, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Goldman Cars is having a huge winter sale. Don't miss out on 2018 Chevy Cruises starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2018 Chevy Cruze starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
Goldman Cars is family owned and operated for over 50 years.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Stanton Optical is always here for you with our safe telehealth technology. You can just walk in for an eye exam whenever you need one. And your eye exam is free when you buy 2 pair of glasses for as low as $59.95. Find your nearest store at StantonOptical.com or call 1-800-STANTON.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
31 Madison businesses have been forced to shut down during the pandemic, and 19 are on the Central Business Improvement District's watch list.
We need to see the same type of outpouring of support that we saw around the holidays. Our Small Business Saturday was great for our community, and I want to make sure people know that they showed up. People shopped, they spent their money locally, and it made a huge difference to our small businesses. So we can't let that go.
She says looking at all of the fundraisers out there to save Madison businesses in danger of closing, a $1 million community effort could keep them going. She says, in addition to continuing to shop locally this winter, consider recommending your favorite stores to friends on social media.
State senators are moving forward with their version of a COVID relief bill. Amy Reed joins us live from the Capitol to explain how it differs from what we have seen before. Amy?
This new legislation seeks to bridge the gap between the compromise bill from Governor Evers and the Assembly bill that passed last week. Today in committee, senators heard a lot of support for one provision that Governor Evers did not include.
Motion carries. Bill passed as amended.
A new bill passed through the Senate Committee on Senate Organization today, looking to find the middle ground between what the Assembly passed and what the governor wants. To help get Evers on board, the legislation gets rid of limitations imposed on local health departments and school boards, and it removes the part that prevents employers from requiring a vaccine. The Assembly would have to sign off on the change before it made it to Evers' desk. Business leaders showed support for one measure that the Assembly already passed, liability protections for businesses.
The threat of a frivolous lawsuit should not be one of those unpredictable, unaffordable future events, forcing small businesses to close their doors, eliminate jobs, and stifle innovation.
There were few naysayers on that part, but some local business owners want more.
What we need now, more than anything, all small businesses, is to direct grant support and investments in public health that'll help us get back to full restaurants.
Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu said he likes the liability protections and he doesn't see a way to move away from what they've written.
I think it's important to keep that provision in the bill and make sure we protect churches, businesses, schools, employers, small and large, so they can be comfortable about opening up safely and operating safely.
Democrats who voted against the bill today said they want more time to get an agreement on it.
There's a tendency to think that, we have to hurry up. Well, we can take a few more days and make sure that we have the right bill for the right reasons.
The governor's office did not get back to us today to say how he feels about the bill. It's scheduled to go before the full Senate tomorrow.
Amy, thank you. And here's Dana now with your first warn forecast.
It has been cloudy, it has been cool, and we still have quite a bit of snow on the ground. In fact, throughout the state right now, we have snow stretching throughout the area. It's decreased a little bit over the weekend, a little bit of that snow melting away and compressing a bit, and we haven't had anything new to add on to that. But we might, by the end of the week, might see a little bit of snow passing through the area. Not a lot, but some minor accumulations possible. More clouds than sunshine, so variably cloudy skies for the next few days. We could get a few pockets of sun, though, through the late afternoon. Light snow possible for late Thursday, overnight, and into Friday. Again, that's where we might have the chance for some light snow accumulation. And behind that system, it does get a little colder outside for the weekend. And as we look ahead to next week, we'll see a bit of a drop in our temperatures, especially for our overnight lows. They'll be swinging down quite a bit. Radar is quiet for us tonight. We had a few light flurries over the weekend, but nothing that really added up to much on the ground. And it should stay pretty quiet for us overnight and as we head into Tuesday. Temperatures will not move around much for our overnight lows. We do have that cloudy sky overhead, likely only dropping to the mid to upper 20s, so we fall a few degrees. Then afternoon highs tomorrow, back to the mid to low 30s. We hop back up into the 30s. It's possible to see a little bit of that sun coming through late in the day on Tuesday, and that story is going to continue into Wednesday. We'll start with cloud coverage early on. Temperatures are in the 20s early, and then afternoon high temperatures will be climbing to the mid to low 30s, thanks in part to that south breeze, and then of course the chance to see a little bit of sunshine coming through later on. Looking at that light snow chance developing late Thursday afternoon, temperatures at that time will be in the 30s, so it's likely going to start off as a little mixed precipitation, some light rain possible before it transitions over to light snow overnight into Friday. That light snow continues through much of the day on Friday. It's likely not going to be very heavy, though, just some light snow passing through the afternoon and evening before it starts to wrap up early in the day on Saturday. Only a real chance for scattered flurries on Saturday. Overall snowfall total should generally trend under an inch. Isolated areas could pick up a little more, so again, not a major event passing through, but we have been in a bit of a dry stretch, so a little light snow, something to watch. Temperature trend not swinging one way or the other, but our precipitation trend picking up a little bit in our 8 to 14 day outlook. Likely we will be trending above average with a few chances for some light snow to go through. High temperatures tomorrow, mid to low 30s with variably cloudy skies. Again, not as cold outside, and we are expecting our temperature trend to go on the up over the next few days, mid to upper 30s on Thursday, and then we drop back to the 20s for the weekend and the following week. That's a quick look at our forecast.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin gearing up for a big test on Tuesday in Michigan. The mountain of a man, they have to slow down next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Get 0.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 RAV4 or lease a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
As vaccine distribution continues in Wisconsin, News 3 Now breaks down the timeline. Who will be vaccinated during each phase? And when could you and your family expect to reach the front of the line? Tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. On air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way.
Hey folks, struggling farmers and hungry families, two big problems impacting our community.
Tuesday morning, we'll explain how one program is bridging the gap between farms and dinner tables. Join us from 4:30 to 7 for News 3 Now this morning.
For the first time since Christmas Day, Wisconsin will be playing away from the Kohl Center. Tuesday, the Badgers will take on the Wolverines in a huge game. Michigan is currently undefeated, and they have a big man who's, in a word, big. Hunter Dickinson stands at 7'1" and plays like it. He's averaging 18 points and 8 rebounds per game and is shooting 73% from the floor. Safe to say Dickinson isn't your average freshman.
He's a handful because of size and, does technique-wise, is very good with his feet, pins you, plays physical.
Biggest and most physical big we've faced this year. He's strong. So something we got to, understand and know how to adjust. We got to adjust every single game, but, he's a good player.
And Tuesday's tilt will be a top 10 showdown. The Badgers dropped 1 spot in the latest AP poll to 9, while the Wolverines jumped up 3 to sit at number 7. The Hawkeyes are also ranked in the top 10. Iowa sits at number 5 in the country. Bucks back in action tonight, taking on the Magic, and so is Giannis, who sat out Saturday's game with back spasms. This one just tipped off a couple minutes ago. Milwaukee currently down 3, but again, it's early, only in the first quarter. After splitting with the #1 team in the country, the Badger men's hockey team didn't move in the polls, but that's probably all right with Tony Granato because his team got a lot out of the weekend. For one, they proved they can play with the best and take away a couple miscues Wisconsin made yesterday. We could be talking about a sweep. Now, the challenge for this group, play the rest of the season like they did on Saturday and Sunday.
I think we've proven that we can hang with the best team in the country, and we're gonna get a lot of momentum off of that, and keep looking to carry that momentum throughout the year.
Having that mentality, going into every weekend is something that we gotta focus on, and we gotta take every weekend like we're playing the #1 team in the country. So obviously, I think there's a different vibe in our locker room right now.
And 6 years ago today, remember this play at Lambeau Field? On 4th and 2 in the fourth quarter, Tony Romo throws it up for Des Bryant, and he comes down with it, or so he thought. Mike McCarthy challenged the play, and it was ruled no catch. Packers held on for the win. Cowboy fans and Packer fans still debating if this play was a catch or not. And Eric, we're still trying to figure out what is a catch.
Yeah, it's not so easy anymore. Tony Romo's now working for CBS, and Cowboy fans are just sitting at home just watching TV. They don't have any games to get ready for. Quick final check with Dana.
We're expecting some clouds tomorrow, but light snow chances. Look ahead to the end of the week.
And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.